Welcome to the storytelling about repositioning of artistic production, management, and PR in the contemporary mass media context. This is an insight into the content and the concept of the electional course, Management of Media and Music Production, designed for students of the Master Study Program Music Direction at the Faculty of Music, University of Arts in Belgrade. Students attending this selective course acquire a broad range of theoretical knowledge and applied skills, enabling them to perform various professional tasks in the field of music production, both within media institutions and cultural organizations, as well as across the wider creative sector. Throughout this course, students are introduced to the principles of the contemporary music and mass media scene, gaining an understanding of professional roles and career positions such as music editor and associate, music producer, producer of festivals and events, PR, manager, and organizer. So, most relevant topics of this course are ways in which artistic creation and production are shaped, distributed, and valued, the role of artists and creators in modern production processes, mass media and their role in contemporary society and the arts, positioning of artistic content, distinction of PR and management, and basics of organizing events, festivals, and campaigns. So, we live in a time when artistic creation is no longer confined within the walls of galleries, concert halls, theaters, cinemas, or publishing houses. Every artwork that comes into existence immediately enters a broader global mass media framework shaped by technology, social networking, algorithms, and by the expectations of the audiences and the market. Artists nowadays face the reality. Their work does not speak only the aesthetic language, but also the language of visibility, how it is presented, where it can be seen or heard, who shares it, comments it, and values it. So the distribution of art has radically changed. Nowadays, digital platforms and streaming services allow artwork to reach a global audience almost instantly. This opens immense opportunities, but also poses a challenge: how to stand out in the sea of content. The evaluation is no longer solely aesthetic and professional. The numbers of views, likes, shares, and followers became a criterion that determines whether someone's work will receive attention, financial support, or broader distribution. To understand these changes, it is important to distinguish between two environments: traditional mass media and the meta-mass media environment. The first one is the domain of traditional media such as television, radio, and print, and mass media environment is the domain of digital mass media, where the medium does not merely serve as an intermediary, but becomes part of the artistic expression, aesthetics, and the value structure itself. In the contemporary cultural and creative industries, the role of artist and creator has undergone a significant transformation. Artists are no longer solely autonomous producers of aesthetic value. They operate within a complex networks of technological innovation, economical structures, and media-mediated dynamics. Today, their role extends beyond the act of criterion, encompassing management, communication, self-promotion, and strategic positioning within a globally mediated cultural ecosystem. So artists today assume multiple roles: digital literacy and visibility, identity and branding, distribution management, project and resource management. But artists don't need to become marketers. They must understand how media systems function to leverage them effectively. So it is important to comprehend that contemporary art practices are increasingly hybrid, interdisciplinary. Artists nowadays collaborate with teams, communities, audiences. Authorship is evolving. It is collective, participatory, interactive. Artists face the challenge of maintaining creative authenticity while actively engaging within mass media. Success depends on creativity, adaptability, strategic awareness. Understanding of dynamics of both traditional meta-media channels is very important. Visibility, distribution, and audience engagements are integral to artistic practice. So the dual identity is the key to success. Be creator and a strategist, balancing art and audience, authenticity and communication. Mass media are communication channels designed to reach large audiences, often simultaneously, with the goal of informing, educating, entertaining, or shaping public opinion. Understanding mass media is essential for artists, as the circulation, visibility, and reception of artistic content are increasingly mediated by these systems. So, traditional mass media have one-way communication, institutional control, standardized formats and genres, and a fixed visibility. On the other hand, digital media platforms have interactive communication, self-distribution, global reach, and algorithmic visibility. Traditional digital media are nevertheless not in opposition. They complement each other. Traditional media provide institutional prestige and controlled exposure, while digital platforms and internet offer global reach, interactivity, and audience participation. Digital or media platforms are all characterized by interactive communication, self-distribution, global reach, algorithmic visibility, and that's why the students are especially learning about positioning of art content in this sense. Understanding all these mass media differences and meta mass media enables artists to choose media channels that align with their artistic goals, balance popularity with cultural prestige, strategically plan distribution and their visibility, and know how ownership and institutional goals shape the perception and the value of their work. So navigating traditional mass media and digital mass media requires an understanding of technological, institutional, and social dynamics. Art, as a specific and autonomous form of expression, has been an integral part of social and cultural currents for centuries. However, with the emergence of mass media in the 20th and 21st century, the way artistic content is created, distributed, and interpreted has undergone a rapid transformation. So this transformation involves not only technical changes, but also shifts in perception, valuation, and the social function of art. Artistic expressions today are increasingly subject to market valuation and often serve profit-driven interests. Commercial imperatives in media frequently lead to content homogenization and the marginalization of avant-garde or critical elements. Contemporary technology enables audiences to participate directly in the creation and dissemination of artistic content. Such democratization of art raises new challenges in preserving artistic authenticity in the post-digital era. So digital media provide broad access and diversity, yet they also emphasize algorithmic recommendations that shape audiences' taste and perception. Platforms on the internet allow artists to communicate directly with the audiences, fostering new forms of cultural production and distribution. However, this often prioritizes mass popularity over artistic value. Contemporary media serve as tools for social critique, activism, expression, and artistic content present through media can have a significant impact on a social change or public opinion. Moving on to this distinction of the PR and manager, which is also crucial to our students. So marketing in arts is a set of activities aimed at placing an artistic product or service on the market. It's all about audience research, positioning of an artwork, and the application of strategies that are designed to lead to a concrete exchange, the purchase of a ticket, album, artwork, or participation in program. PR in the arts is aimed to build and maintain a positive image of an artist, institution, or a project. The focus is not only on sales, but establishing trust, reputation, and long-term communication with the audience. Marketing operates in the short term, as long as the event or promotion lasts, and the PR operates in the long term. So it's shaping and the building of the reputation of the artist or institution. So, successful event, festival, or campaign organization requires a combination of vision, artistic goal, structure, planning and logistics, and communication, marketing and PR. So, it demands both creativity and professional management skills. So, artistic projects have specific characteristics that differentiate them from the classical events. So, students must know that every event, every festival or campaign begins with a clearly defined goal: artistic, educational, social or cultural, economic. The crucial elements are planning and structure timeline, budgeting, and the team. So here are the key points. Clear artistic vision. The project must have a unique idea, message, and a concept. Audience focus. Who is the audience? What do they expect? Production precision. Technical requirements, timing and location, detailed technical rider. Team and responsibilities. Artistic team or production team, and so on. Good financial framework, because budget must be realistic. Promotion and visibility, of course, marketing and the PR as the bridge between artists and the audience. Experience and the atmosphere. Artistic project is remembered for the overall experience, from the audience entry to the staff communication, to the content, to the final applause. And in the end, we have evaluation and continuity. So what's the feedback from the audience? What's the feedback from the artist? How did the team function? And the main question is, how can the project live on? So as you see, contemporary artistic creation cannot be viewed in isolation from the mass media environment. The way art is produced, distributed, and valued largely depends on the global media flows and the audience communication. In this system, artists and creators are not only authors, but also active participants in the production processes, often taking the role of managers of their own work. Artistic projects must therefore be strategically positioned in the contemporary mass media to ensure visibility, relevance, long-term impact. All of these aspects are brought together within the course Management of Media and Music Production, which offers students a comprehensive understanding of how artistic creation functions within today's mass media context. Throughout a combination of theoretical perspectives, practical exercises, this course examines the interconnection between the mass media, management, production, public relations, showing how all these elements shape the visibility, communication, and the impact of artistic projects. By engaging with real examples and contemporary mass media contexts, students develop the ability to think strategically, communicate effectively, and manage creative work within the complex framework of the modern cultural production. I kindly thank you for your attention.